How's it going, pros, and welcome back to the latest video. In this video, we're going to be doing a map loot guide on the newly released curated workshop map, Hawaii. How the loot guide works is we turn up the loot spawn from 0.35 to 10, increasing the amount of loot spawned by 30 times. Then what I do is go around the map, collect all the loot, write it down on my notepad, and then tell you guys which is the best place in the map to find loot. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. When I explore the locations, I'll be saving the best for last. So we're going to be starting off with the caves, which have absolutely no loot, and then the farms. One thing you should keep in mind is that when I say common materials, I mean glue, rope, metal scraps, and cloth. Let's do this. First off, we have the caves. The caves are located on these 3 points on the map. These are the only ones I could find, but I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 more hidden next to some rock formations. They're up to you to find, but although I am sure that none of them have loot inside. Next up, we have the farms. The farms have very similar, if not identical, loot to the other farms on Russia or PEI. The farm with the most resources is definitely the Mikami farm, as I found chemicals and common materials in it. The farm with the overall best loot is definitely the Aheihi farm, as it's the farm where I found the most materials and guns. The typical farm spawns clothes and backpacks, umbrellas, chainsaws, nail guns, paintball guns, seeds, compound bows, crossbows, planters, fertilizers, hawkhounds, sport shots, skull fields, and other civilian ammo and arrows. If you are a fresh spawn on the server, they're definitely a good place to start off, as you can pick up a couple melee weapons and hopefully even a decent gun. There are many cities in Hawaii. There's Waiola, Bahala, Keoka, Kaulakona, the Kahela development, Hilo, Waikoala, and that's it. But they all spawn very similar loot. Every city has civilian clothes, food and water, binoculars, backpacks, basic materials, and umbrellas, but there are a few exceptions. Waikoala, Kaulakona, and Hilo all spawn medical equipment, which can be found in hospitals and pharmacies. And all those 3 that I just mentioned, plus Pahala, spawn police gear because there's a police station, so you can find things like cobras. Most of these cities spawn aces, colts, and eagle fires, but I haven't been able to find them in all of them, just because the loot spawn might be a little rarer for eagle fires, but I'm pretty sure that they all are there. Hawaii, being an island, has 2 harbors, Auli Harbour and Holokai Harbour. At Auli, I found some common materials, metal sheets and scraps specifically, a camp axe, a pickaxe, gas cans, compound bows, fishing rods, charts, blowtorches, clothes and backpacks, and melee weapons. At Holokai Harbour I found similar things, such as common materials, metal sheets and scraps, torch and flares, clothes and backpacks, melee weapons, a portable generator, drinks and food, and also excessive amounts of medical equipment in the underwater station, such as vaccines, pills, and medkits. Because Hawaii is an island famous for its tourism, we can expect a lot of resorts to fit in all the tourists. So, in the map there are 3 resorts, the Kealani Resort, the Ano Resort, and the Keanu Resort. All of these resorts spawn common materials, clothes, fishing gear, charts, canteens, binoculars, food and water, camp axes, saws, colts, hawkhounds, ace pistols, and compound bows. These are a good place to get started with really basic weapons and melee weapons to further move on and go farm the actual military bases, but overall it's a place that I would avoid because there are better places to go to. Now guys, I'd like to talk about all the miscellaneous locations, or the locations that I can't really place into categories such as a city or harbor. First up is Kahuna Gas. It's just a gas station, so you can find blowtorches, melee weapons, and obviously gas. Next up we have Kilohana Orchard, which is like a farm, but it has more seeds, but all of the other spawns for weapons and other items are the same. Next up we have Kini Power. Kini Power is like the Vorkuta Junction of Russia. It's a unique location with unique buildings, but Kini Power spawns pickaxes, generators, metal scraps and sheets, binoculars, building materials, common materials, and blowtorches, so it's definitely a good place for electrical / building materials and generators. Next up we have Tadaki Light. It just spawns civilian clothes, binoculars, carjacks, melee weapons, food and water, chemicals, and paintball guns. Overall, pretty bad location. I wouldn't really visit it except if you're looking for chemicals, although they don't have a really high spawn rate. They're pretty rare. Next up we have Hukei Raceway. Hukei Raceway spawns car batteries, flares, binoculars, torches, common materials, paintball guns, civilian clothes, and backpacks. This location has really bad loot, but it's a great place to find a car and the new Hawaii sort of buggies, if I could describe them that way. Finally, we have Haiku Stairs. The Haiku Stairs spawn clothes and backpacks, common materials, food and water, and melee weapons. Under Haiku Stairs, there is a cave that we already mentioned. The last sort of miscellaneous location is the Memorial. The Memorial is a memorial for the ship named USS Arizona, which defended the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, and there it was bombed and 1,177 officers and crewmen were killed. So Nelson built this memorial in regard to that day and that ship, which is really cool. But it doesn't spawn any loot, so it's not a place you really want to visit unless you're planning to hide something or just explore or go to the memorial. So yeah, now I'd like to go over the sort of lower grade unnamed locations. First up we have the Unnamed Mini Resort. It spawns common materials, clothes, fishing gear, melee weapons, binoculars, food and water, and a cult. It's like any other resort, but slightly smaller and slightly worse loot. Next up we have the Unnamed Camp, just canteens, skull fields, snare, fishing gear, diving gear, and food and water. So it's like a camp, but that's a great place to find diving gear, I noticed. Next up we have the Unnamed Windmill location. It spawns common materials, the hard hat helmet, torches, bricks, and eagle fire. So overall a pretty decent location. I'm assuming it also spawns electrical materials, but I can't confirm. Next we have the Unnamed Ship off Holokai Harbour. It spawns clothes and backpacks, food and water, umbrellas, paintball guns, nail guns, pickaxes, and common materials. And finally, we have the Unnamed Lighthouse Island, which spawns clothes, food and water, melee weapons, common materials, and a compound bow. There are other unnamed locations, such as the Unnamed Military Checkpoint. It spawns military clothes, vests, and helmets, military knives, smoke grenades, saber-tooths, peacemakers, cults, and avengers. So it's overall a pretty decent place to get started, and not a very visited one, as it is an unnamed location. Secondly, we have the Unnamed Police Checkpoint, which is just a police checkpoint with 3 to 4 police cars and a bunch of other civilian cars, so it spawns cobras and other civilian gear. Now we have a little bit more serious unnamed locations, such as the first Unnamed Bunker, which is found in one of the caves that I did not mention before, as all of those are empty. Now this bunker spawns many common materials, civilian clothes, melee weapons, gas cans, a steely wheelie, a Colt, sport shot, eagle fire, and chemicals. It is overall a kind of a mechanic zone, but with slightly better loot. Secondly, for bunkers, we have Unnamed Bunker 2. It spawns thief clothes, civilian armor, balaclavas and bandanas, machetes, katanas, and butterfly knives, ranger, military, and civilian ammo, common materials, chemicals, vaccines and vitamins, sport shots, vipers, eagle fires, Yuris, and Zubeknikovs. I'm assuming it also spawns dragonfangs, Nikarevs, and other ranger guns, but I cannot confirm as they haven't spawned, so they must be very rare. Before we go to the long-awaited military bases, let's check out the boats. The Akoni and the Aliani. 2 ships, one of which is a cruise ship and one of which is a military ship. The Akoni, the cruise ship, spawns clothes and backpacks, food and water, umbrellas, paintball guns, common materials, melee weapons, a military clothes and vest, Colts, explosives, saws, binoculars, and building materials. Because it spawns military clothes and vests, it could also have a spawn for a Sabertooth, but I didn't find one. This cruise ship is really cool and I would say really worth exploring, so definitely check it out. Next up we have the Aliani, a military ship. It spawns military clothes, vests, and helmets, builder parts, mechanic parts, GPSs, vegetables, military knives and smoke grenades, explosives, military ammunition and magazines, Sabertooths, Heartbreakers, nail guns, Avengers, and Peacemakers. Definitely a nice place to check out if you want to get off the mainland. Finally, the long-awaited moment, the military bases. Hawaii has two military bases, Mauna Kea, which is a military observatory station, and the Alika Base, which is a military base shared by the local military and the Coast Guard. First up we have Mauna Kea. It is located next to a volcano and spawns military clothes, vests and helmets, pickaxes, common materials, explosives, binoculars, sledgehammers, military ammunition crates, Sabertooths, and Avengers. It's cool because you have a nice visual over the whole map, and it's also next to a cool volcano. Next is the Alika Base, the best location on Hawaii for loot. The absolute best. You heard me say it, and now let me tell you what it has. Coast Guard and military clothes, builder parts, gas masks, military knives, smokes, flares, travel packs, explosives, attachments such as rangefinders, muzzles, red dots, sights and scopes, earpieces and walkie-talkies, many flashbangs, steely wheelies, gas cans, MREs and food, high and low caliber military ammunition, wetsuits, oxygen tanks and snorkels, Sabertooths, Heartbreakers, Colts, Desert Eagles, Eagle Fires, Blunt Forces, melee weapons, and a Timberwolf. In conclusion to this video, let's go over the top 5 locations for loot in Hawaii, and I'm talking good loot, not just any ordinary loot. So, number 5, military checkpoint. Number 4, militia bunker. Number 3, Mauna Kea. Number 2, the Ailani. And number 1, the Alika Base. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's taken me over 10 hours of preparation and over 5 hours of editing to actually make this for you guys, so I would really appreciate a like or a share, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe for some more high quality Unturned content. I don't upload often, but when I do, it ought to be a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video. Peace!